Hey guys, I wanted to do a quick deck tech of a deck I've been playing lately. It's a pretty fun deck. It's a different kind of deck, and that deck is Discard Dragoon or Discard Ramp, as it's known. So let's check out what the deck consists of. As the name implies, it consists of discarding stuff, but not just, of course. So this deck revolves around synergies. Synergies with discarding cards, mostly. And a big part of this deck comes from Dracomancer's Rights. So it says, whenever you discard a card from your hand, you draw another card. So this synergizes so well with a lot of our cards. Starting Trail of Light. If you have this on your hand, you can use 2 play points to draw a card. However, if this card is discarded, you still draw a card. So it synergizes with a lot of these other cards you will see. As Dragonute Scholar. This card cannot be attacked. This minion or this follower, that's the name of the minions in this game. And whenever it attacks, you randomly discard one of the lowest cost cards in your hand, and then you draw another card. So as you can see so far, even if you have Dracomancer's Rights, or if you have a Dragonute Scholar in play, it triggers already Trail of Light. Next we have Date Mazamune. I've been playing 2 of these. I used to play 3. I'm mostly playing 2 now because a lot of the times this guy is just a 2-2. I want to play him early game, so I have boards. However, do not discard the enhance of it. For 7, it gains +3/+3, Rush, and Bane, so it can get you out of very sticky situations. So it's good as an early follower, or kind of a late game removal if you need one. Next, Luxfang Kit. Again, it's a follower 2/1 for 2. If he is discarded though, he still comes into play. So already synergizing with Rights and Dragonute Scholar again. Next we need a bit of removal. Well, I actually removed those cards from the deck. There we go. So just a simple removal. 2 play points, deals 3 damage to an enemy follower. If it also works very well as a board clear in a lot of games. If you play it for 6, it deals 2 damage. It deals 3 damage to one guy, and then it deals 2 to all the guys. So this card is amazing. It saved me from so many sticky situations. Against mid-range, it's amazing. Against Bloodcraft with a lot of those low health minions. However, against Bloodcraft, when you reach 6 play points, you're probably already dead or very close. Nevertheless, very good removal card. Next, we need to ramp a bit, because we were going to get some pretty heavy stuff going on. So we need those play points as fast as possible. Most of you guys, or all of you guys, probably already know her. So just play her. Whenever she dies, you just ramp. Griffin Knight, 2, 3, 4, 3. Whenever he comes into play, you discard one of the lowest cost cards in your hand, and it deals 2 damage to an enemy follower. So it's a body and removal at the same time. And most of the times you discard a Luxfang Kid, he comes into play, you still deal the 2 damage, or you just discard a Trail of Light, still draw a card, and there you go, do the 2 damage. Dracomancer's Rights, one of the key cards of the deck. However, since you only have 3, you kind of want to find a way to get it in your hand. So that's where Uriel comes in. 4 for Chi-Chi, whenever it comes into play, you put a random amulet from your deck into your hand. So it will automatically get Dracomancer's Rights, since it's the only only amulet in your deck. Moving on to Siegfried, he's just very good card. So far has been MVP in a lot of games. Comes to play, gets rid of an enemy follower as long as it has at least 1 damage on him. Very good. One of the new cards, Pyroxene Dragon. Again, 3/4 for 4. Whenever he comes into play, you discard 2 cards. So you randomly discard one of the lowest cost cards in your hand 2 times. So it's 2 cards. But whenever he dies, you draw 3 cards. So he pretty much has a decent body, even with Evolve 5/6 or 4. Very decent body. Can get rid of big minions and still get you cards. Because most of the times what he will discard is stuff like, okay, maybe you will discard Breath of the Salamander if you're unlucky, but if you have Trail of Light or Lux Fang in your hands, it's always good. Even though, well, you can discard some, maybe you will once in a while it will discard a Gryphonite. It's all about priority. You have to see how you play him and what you have in your hand at the time. Draconic Fervor, so this is another ramp spell. You gain an empty play point orb, draw 2 cards, restore 3 defense to your leader. That's it. Easy, simple, very linear. Nothing fancy about it. Does its work. You want to get a lot of cards. Dark Dragoon Forte, so not much to say about her. She's an all-star already. Closes a lot of the games by herself. Because maybe you get like a couple damage going on from a Gryphonite, maybe a Lux Fang or something. You already have some damage on him when you play her. So a lot of times she closes games and you have 1, maybe you have 2 in hand, so easy. Moving on to All Guardian. It's kind of a defensive, but also acts as a removal. As wards, 4/6 for 6. When you evolve him, you randomly discard one of your lowest cost cards in your hand and deal 5 damage to an enemy follower. So he gets a 5/7 body with ward and deals 5 damage to another enemy dude. So he's pretty good. I've been testing with him and he's pretty good. And the new legendary Imperial Dragoon from Rise of Bahamut. 5/5 for 9, and whenever he comes into play, he deals X damage to all enemies, and X damage, all enemies means his face also. Yeah, and X equals the number of cards discarded. So he synergizes, he works, and it's kind of combo-y and kind of snowball-y if you're lucky. Because when you play him, you probably already have a Dracomancer's Rights in play. So you play him, you deal, let's say, 8, 7, or sometimes 8, well, 9. You can't deal 9 because, yeah, I think most he can do is 8. So imagine dealing 8 damage to his face and wiping his board is amazing. The thing is, you discard your whole hand, but if you have Dracomancer's Rights in play, that's no problem. You just refuel all your hand. So most of the times, a lot of times, you just play him, discard your hand, clear his board, deal 8, 7 damage to his face, get a new 7, 8 cards. And he shows up on those new 7, 8 cards a lot of times. So you just keep repeating this and finishing it off with Dark Dragoon Forte. A very fun deck to play. Different deck, definitely. Kind of combo-y, but fun nevertheless. That being said, Yeah, don't save. That being said, let's play a game with it.